Hello and welcome to a brand new life. I think we're going to call this one Trials of the Tempest. This will be Purple's attempt at a Tempest Ranger life. And unlike the last one, the Storm Singer, which I did know quite a bit about, this one I know comparatively little. It would have been even less, but for the fact that our bear has been experimenting with the class recently with a new Tempest Ranger, so I've kind of chipped in with bits and pieces of like what might be good to take from the trees, and I've learned a little bit along the way. So I'm not completely blind to it, but it's fair to say it's not something I've ever done before. My Ranger lives on my main character were done as some kind of inquisitive mishmash, whilst reasonably effective because Ranger lends itself very well to that kind of a build combination with the free feats and that kind of stuff. Um, they were all kind of a much of a muchness. The Ranger, Rogue, RT lives were all done that way, so I never really explored the ins and outs of any specific build doing it that way. So this is a chance to hopefully rectify that. You will notice that we are not in the familiar surrounds of the Korthos Island for the start of the new life. Instead, we are looking out over the water of Stormreach Harbour, and there is a very good reason for that. As everybody's been pestering me about boxes and breaking boxes, I figured it was high time we did the box quest. So I thought we could step in there and do a bit of multitasking, get the old box quest going while I am doing the waffle. Multitasking is almost unheard of in my videos, so enjoy it, because this is just about all the only time you'll see it. So literally you just go in, you talk to the guy, you leave the things to work out themselves, the box never breaks, and when the time is up the kobolds are all trapped and you just go and finish them off. So where was I with the waffle? I had a little list of things I wanted to discuss. Now there was a decision right out of the gate here. Do we go Standard Ranger or do we go Dark Hunter? I guess the purists would have us use Dark Hunter for the extra sneak attack dice. We can, soloing, still get sneak attack opportunities using the third core in Deepwood. What's going on here? That one, it comes as a melee one too. I forget what it's called. I know it's sniper shot as ranged. I've never used the melee version. I do know that the ranged version hits heavier, has more bonuses to it than the melee one, but a few seconds of sneak attack vulnerability will be good, especially paired with there's something up here. Where is it? There's something somewhere that that gives some kind of strike through option, and I can't for the life of me find it now. Where on earth is it? I thought it was somewhere in this tree. It's not that, is it? There's definitely something. Gonna have to go along and learn as I go. It's not that. Is it that one? Nope, it isn't. Blimey, don't I look stupid now? Is it that? Ah, this is it. Dance of Death. So, for 10 seconds, we get strike through, and if we take all three, which we will, 200%, so we can hit three things with every shot. So that could be pretty good. And it's on quite a short cooldown as well, so we can be striking through quite often. So that's something to look forward to, because the Achilles heel of this build is that we only hit one target to start with. We could just, actually, on the subject of strike through, we're a tabaxi this life, as you might have noticed. I've the customization on the tabaxi characters is second to none. And I can't, for some reason I can't show you the front, but you'll notice he's wearing the purple Reaper's armour from the newly acquired from the Halloween event. I figured as he was, well, his end build is quite a robust warlock, so to be wandering around in robes seemed a little bit silly. So the purple Reaper thing seemed a good match. And there's a couple of nice things actually for him. I don't envisage investing any more points in the Reaper, in the Reaper, the Tabaxi tree, because I don't think we'll have too many more to spare. But the first core there gives us one dodge, one maximum dex bonus, so something nice there, and dex to hit with rapier and short sword. And it just so happens, this is more by luck than judgment because I hadn't seen that bit, but it just so happens that I have twin rapiers equipped. So, because before that it would have been strength to hit, and our strength is lousy, I maxed dex and con, and Tabaxi get a bonus to dex anyway. I maxed dex and con, put the rest in intelligence, so if we were using strength, the to hit would be lousy. The damage will still be lousy because we're still using strength for that, but that is going to really help us. I don't suppose there's something in here for damage, is there, that we could take reasonably early on? I would quite like that. Oh, dex to damage with those things. Just for 10 points spent in the tree. I wonder, you know, if short term it might be worthwhile going up there and doing it that way. I think I might just do that. It's obviously not worth doing it straight away because we haven't got any, we haven't got enough to get to that 10. But the problem we've got, the route I'm gonna go is here in the Tempest tree. We've got there's dex to hit there, and scimitars are included, which is what I envisage us ending up using. And here we've got dex to damage, but that's only level 6. So as a short-term fix, we have this AoE attack, which is nice, because AoE is at a premium at the lower levels, as I'm sure you know. And if we've already got dex to hit, if we can go up there and get the dex to damage and use maybe a pair of rapiers, I can see us doing alright. That could be from as early as level 3, and then we can respec as and when needed. Maybe when we hit 6 and we switch to scimitars around then, something like that. I am envisaging, true to form, with these series, going pure in the class. So as it's a Tempest life, we'll do Tempest tier 5 and Capstone. We're going to back it up with Deep Wood, maybe 20 odd points in here for some of the good stuff, like the 4th core is very good, a competence bonus to critical threat range. I think we get the bonus to multiplier somewhere in here. I can't remember where it is. There it is, look there. And in here we would go for the killer, the extra double strike chance. So maybe 24 or so spent in here. And the remainder I would envisage putting into Horizon, Not because it's a particularly amazing tree for us, it's not, because it's a ranged tree really. But there are one or two little bits. The haste always on would be nice. The marking of the target won't be too bad for us and for any grouping with us. The favoured enemy, extra favoured enemy, not terrible. And then, of course, the reason for going in here in the first place, the trans on decks. So my thought there was to not have to go into any other stat for our trans bonus. So I don't anticipate doing anything with imbues. I mean, there is an imbue there. We may end up taking it, but I don't see how we can get any more aside from filigrees in epics. So I don't anticipate doing too much with that, but the trance I would like. So just for the moment, we've gone one in there because now, as a level 1 character, we get the 2 weapon fighting feat because it's auto granted as a ranger level 2. Here, just a bit more defense, and that's it for the moment. I took 1 point, our universal point in Harper for 1 hit and damage. I suppose I could have gone another 1 hit and damage in there, but I have left it. And the cat scratch thing looks good. 1 point for an AoE melee attack. So, and on a fairly short cooldown too. So I anticipate us making pretty decent use of that. I would guess that the quest is ready to be finished. So let's demonstrate another advantage of the tabaxi. Watch this now. There you go. Feline agility. So we've got like a speed boost there. Oh, this isn't good, is it? Look how little damage we're doing. Oh my word. That doesn't bode well, does it? Imagine if these were able to move and hit back. Actually, we're hitting the one farthest away. Let's try the other. I should have tried the cat scratch thing with the 2 together. Let's try it here. Got a crit there. I suppose, yeah, the damage will be feeble at the moment because it's using our strength, isn't it? That was a nice shot with the cat scratch again. Let's try it again. There you go. So that, bearing in mind that hits in an AoE, that's not bad. The flame is from the beginner's rapier, and I actually went and bought another rapier. Is the quest actually complete now? Oh, slay 10 kobolds. There's one sneaky kobold lurking somewhere. Okay, happy days. And that, people, is the box quest. I don't want to hear anything else about boxes for the whole of this life. I think for the moment, because our strength is so low, we won't be picking up too many. But I will... can I tick things relevant to class? Will I get scimitars offered if I tick that? I wonder. Let's have a look. It's quests and rewards based on class. It might give me bows and stuff like that, might it, if I put that. Let's put it anyway and see what sort of stuff we get. Actually, maybe we should leave it off because I don't think would we get a scimitar for a ranger? Generally, it wouldn't be, would it? Oh God, the indecision. It's hardly a game-breaking decision, is it? Right. So that was the multitasking. how far did we get? I discussed the enhancements we've taken. I think looking at what we did there, I should maybe have gone a bit more on the offensive side, but also looking at the lack of damage, that thought of going all out in the racial tree does seem like a good option. We'll have to leave one in there for the two weapon fighting. Actually, no, because we're just about to take level 2, so we can reset that completely. We can get rid of the pointing. Oh no, if that stays, that's a universal point, isn't it? So we can put all our points into here. What have we got here? One to attack, that's not terrible. Or a sneak attack die. I just don't see us getting any opportunities to do sneak attacks. Oh, deflect arrows at this early level. My word, that's good. We can take it as well. So what if I go 3 attack and then deflect arrows? Yeah, that's awesome. There's some good stuff, isn't there, in this tabaxi tree? If I had more racial points, some of the things up at the top, the no, not the cat scratch, but there's yeah, there's some nice stuff there with the. What would we would take this? Would we offhand strike? Yeah, we could have that, and I'm sure there's another. Oh, for the fast sprinter, you'd be moving like as it is. We get the bonus of the movement speed for standing still, but it's only for 6 seconds. And we have to stand still for 6 seconds to get that. With the maximum enhancement at the top of the tree, you can stand still for 3 seconds, I think, and then get a much bigger action boost, 30%, and it lasts for 3 times as long, the 18 seconds. So that's really nice. And I think there's a couple of sneak attack dice there as well. And evasion, should you have a class that doesn't get it. So yeah, I think that's. Oh, why is it not? Oh, I didn't accept it. Okay. There. Right. So that's the enhancements. Feat for level 1, I took precision. More chance to hit, and reducing the opponent's fought against attacks by 25%. You need, as it says there, 13 dex to be able to take that one. Favoured enemy, I took undead. The early quests in the leveling process seem to be absolutely littered with undead. Also, I think I'm right in saying undead have 100% fortification, so it's very difficult, even with this precision thing, to crit them. So having them as a favoured enemy, doing a bit more damage that way, would probably help us out. So that's the way I've gone with that. We are proudly sporting our acquired epic lives. If you'll recall, if you've followed since the start of the Purple Warlock series, when this character was rescued from a bank character, I think he'd just done maybe his first 2 epic lives. He had a couple of brace, and now we are an epic completionist. So that's awesome. Been really, really good. And these are a reflection of the fact that his nominal end build is the tanky warlock. So we've got energy criticals, colours of the queen, brace, and the skills mastery. Last time out, because I'd recorded in advance the Storm Singer series, and there was a bit of time, still, because I like to just put one a day. I don't like to swamp people with things if they like to follow along. There was a bit of time because I was quite well in advance with the Storm Singer one. So I thought, why not take him back to the cap as a warlock? So I put him in his nominal end build and stayed at the cap. We did some nice questing, generally around Reaper 6 at the cap, and he took two epic lives that time, and quite a few Reaper points as well. I think when I started the series, he was below 21, and now we are at 43, which allows us to take. They all well, when he's doing the tanky warlock, they all go in here in the Grim tree, and it allows us just about everything that's good in the tree. All the con, action boosts, the reflex saves, all the PRR, and the capstone as well. All the cores. So just really really good. It felt like quite an accomplishment. In fact, he's on the cusp of another Reaper point. I can't stress this enough. If you're doing the sort of hamster wheel thing, and especially if you're just going along on Reaper 1 and not spending much time at the cap, the difference between that and having a bit of end gear and taking some time to do the legendary expansions and that kind of thing, the Reaper points you amass when doing that, it's just huge. You can take, 4, 5,000, maybe even 6,000 Reaper XP per quest. And we're not talking Reaper 10 either for that. Reaper 10, you'd be talking seriously more than that. The this is These numbers are accessible to most groups, I would say. If you're half decent built and geared, you can totally do the mid Reapers as we were doing. We had a load of fun doing it, and we all took some nice Reaper points for characters who started off not having too many. So that was great. Maybe I could make that a recurring thing if I get ahead with the whatever life or series we're doing. I could give him another go in the warlock build, because I can't generally do anything at the cap with these one-off lives, because the effort required to gear them would just be, it would sort of defeat the object, because it would be all that time and effort just for doing, the sake of one extra episode at the end game, and I would then have to accommodate all the extra gear needed. So I don't think, no, I don't think that's a viable option. But delighted anyway to have the completionist. That feels like a real feather in his cap. Enhancements we already spoke about. The plan going forward, I think I've already spoken about, envisaging 41 or so in the Tempest, 20 some in Deepwood, and the remainder in Horizon for the no step missed trance, the bonus to damage from our dex ability. I think that's about all. So the plan short term is to run as fast as we can, which is quite ironic given that we're a tabaxi and that's what they do. As fast as we can up to here to grab the dexter damage. We need to make sure we are using either rapiers or short sword, I guess. Or, well, I suppose any of those options would do, wouldn't it, right now? And then I would guess we're going to see quite a noticeable boost in the damage stakes. At least I hope so, because if that box quest against stationary opponents is anything to go by, we need some assistance there, don't we? We're hitting all right, but our damage is very mediocre. Okay, so the plan is to go first to Korthos, like I normally do a bit in there, and then we'll be back round the harbour to have a go there. Hopefully by the time we are done in there, we might have the level 3 access to here, and maybe we could have lift off. I mean, there's some tasty stuff in this tabaxi tree. I'm not disappointed at all. The cat scratch thing at such a low level, AoE attack, there's nothing wrong with that. And extra attack, sneak attack dice if you're in a party would be great, solo down the tree. Deflect arrows is massive at this level. To be able to get that, you have to wait until level 12 to have it in the Tempest tree. Of note is that the Tempest has an enhancement there that upgrades your deflect arrows, so it can trigger once every 2 seconds. So unless you're under an absolute hail of missiles, you are, to all intents and purposes, invulnerable to missiles, which is great. That coupled with evasion should really help us defensively. Okay, I think I've waffled on for far too long already. Apologies for not really showing you a quest, but boxes have been the theme, and maybe some of you are not aware that you can cheese the box quest in that fashion. So perhaps there's something there. I kind of like to start. I often just sit there and have a cup of tea and and do the box quest as the first thing I do of a new life. So there you go. Now you know. Okay. Thanks very much as always for looking, and hopefully I'll bring you something a little bit more challenging the next time around. Take care.